Hi dear students, I am your Srinivas sir from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. Now we are studying that third lesson, that is fertile plains of northern India. In that we have discussed about where they are located and the physical features and divisions of the northern plains, that is Satluj Basin, the Ganga Basin, the Triveni Sangam we have completed. Now we will move to the Brahmaputra Basin. Brahmaputra Basin. I will read the Brahmaputra Basin. This is the eastern part of the northern fertile plain. The Brahmaputra Basin is very narrow as compared to the Ganga Basin. River Brahmaputra has its origin in Tibet near Manasa Sarovara Lake. Manasarovar Lake, where it is called Sangpo. Sangpo. Here it is silent. Sangpo. The Brahmaputra basin runs from west to east above Bhutan in the Himalayan region. Then it turns northeast, entering India in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. It then flows through the states of Assam and Meghalaya and enters Bangladesh. There it is known as Jamuna. Then it joins one of the distributaries of river Ganga and forms the largest delta in the world, known as Sundarbans. This region is very swampy and is covered with dense forest called the tidal forests. River Brahmaputra is not only fed by the melting ice of Himalayas but also by the monsoon rains in the northeastern hilly region of India. As it flows through the mountains and hills, it is joined by many streams. The river thus becomes swollen during the rainy season, overflows the banks and floods the land, causing heavy damage to the lives and possessions every year. This region receives very heavy rainfall. Here they have given about the Brahmaputra basin. This is the eastern part of the northern fertile plain. That means to the east, when you compare the North India, when you compare the North India, this is, if in this it is to the east, in this is to the east side of the eastern part of northern fertile plain. When you consider some place in the, we have considering the east. We are considering the east like that. In the northern fertile plain, this is the east part of that northern fertile plain. The Brahmaputra basin is very narrow as compared to the Ganga basin. It is very narrow. Narrow means very small in size. This is not wide. Wide, narrow. Okay. Wide as well as opposite of wide, it is the narrow. Narrow means very small. River Brahmaputra has its origin in Tibet near Manasa Sarovar Lake, where it is called Sangpo. Where this Brahmaputra river origin, that means takes birth, that is in Tibet. In Tibet near Manasa Sarovara Lake. Near Manasa Sarovara Lake, a big lake is there by name Manasa Sarovar. Near that it takes birth. This Brahmaputra river. From there it flows towards the India. It flows towards the India. There it is called as Sangpo. Sangpo. By the name Sangpo. The Brahmaputra basin runs from west to east above Bhutan in the Himalayan region. That means in the Bhutan also this river flows. There also it has Brahmaputra basin. Then it turns northeast, entering India in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Then what is to? It enters the India in Arunachal Pradesh. It then flows through the states of Assam and Meghalaya and enters Bangladesh. Here, when it enters to the Arunachal Pradesh, from the Arunachal Pradesh, it enters the states of Assam as well as the Meghalaya. Assam as well as the Meghalaya, and next once again enters to the other country to the Bangladesh. It takes place in Tibet, flows in India, and once again it enters into Bangladesh. There it is known as Jamuna. In Bangladesh, the name of this river is called as Jamuna. There it is known as Jamuna. That means this river name in Bangladesh is Jamuna. Then it joins one of the distributaries of river Ganga. After that, it joins once again the river Ganga and forms the largest delta in the world, that is known as Sundarbans. That is called as Sundarbans. This region is very swampy and is covered with dense forest called tidal forest. In the Sundarban, we call it as the tidal forest. The name given to that forest is tidal forest, that is present in the Sundarbans Delta. Sundarbans Delta. River Brahmaputra is not only fed by the melting ice of Himalayas but also by the monsoon rise in the northeastern hilly region of India. This Brahmaputra river is not only fed means feed, the water that flows in the river Brahmaputra is supplied not only by the melting of the ice, by the heavy rainfall, by the heavy rainfall of this region. In this region, heavy rainfall during monsoon season, during monsoon rains. Nowadays, now it is monsoon season. Now in Brahmaputra river, so much of water flow due to heavy rain as well as the melting of the ice. Next, as it flows through the mountains and hills, it is joined by many streams. It is flowing in the mountains, it is joined by many streams. So many streams are coming. Just you watch many hills when at the time of rainy season. So many streams are coming. When you visit to the Dharmasthala or some places, that is the hilly stations, that streams are coming. Like that, all the streams are joined to this river. The streams are joined to this river and this becomes the flow of water increases. The flow of water increases. The river thus becomes swollen during the rainy season. That means so much of force. So much of force. Swollen means it will take everything along with it. It will take everything along with it, whatever comes to the against it. That means the river is flowing, whatever it is on the way, that everything is swollen. That means it will take and it will move to the front. That means along with the water, everything will go. Whatever in front of that river, that means in the roadside. Not only this side, when the water is more, it flows to the other sides also. It flows to the villages everywhere. That means overflows the banks and floods the land. That means if this is the way it has to move, if it is overflows, it flows like this. And if here some villages or anything is there, they will also swallow. They will also swallow. That means flooding. That is called as flooding, and floods the land, causing heavy damage to lives and possessions every year. That means so many lives. People will die, animals will die, birds. If it is a forest area, forest animals will die, and the possessions, that means houses, everything, whatever it comes in the way, everything will destroyed by this water. This region receives heavy rainfall. This region receives very heavy rainfall. Not only heavy rainfall, very heavy rainfall. So this is about the Brahmaputra basin. Next come to places in northern plains. Places in northern plains. The Sutlej basin. The Sutlej basin. Punjab and Haryana are located here. Which are the places located? Sorry, I want to read. Places in northern plains. The Sutlej basin. Punjab and Haryana are located here. The plain is very fertile and wheat is grown here extensively. The other crops that grow here are rice, pulses, cotton, sugarcane, and oil seeds. Amritsar, Jalandhar, Chandigarh, Ambala, and Ludhiana are the famous cities of this region. First, I will explain this Satluj Basin. This includes Punjab and Haryana. This includes Punjab and Haryana states. The plain is very fertile and wheat is grown here extensively. That means maximum here they are growing the wheat. Wheat means what we are using for making chapatis. That is called as wheat. The other crops that grow here are rice. Here along with the wheat, they are growing rice, pulses, cotton, sugarcane, and oil seeds. They also grow rice. What we are eating that rice, pulses, belekalu, cotton, what we are wearing, sugarcane. Sugar is prepared by this sugarcane and oil seeds to produce the oils. Oil seeds. Here, which are the famous cities? They have given Amritsar, Jalandhar, Chandigarh, Ambala, and Ludhiana are the famous cities of this region. These are the big populated, heavy populated cities like our Bangalore. They are all the cities. They are Amritsar, Jalandhar, Chandigarh, Ambala, and Ludhiana. Next, come to the Ganga Basin. Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Bihar, West Bengal, and parts of Madhya Pradesh are located in this region. Rice, wheat, sugarcane, pulses, oil seeds, and jute are the major crops of this area. Delhi, Agra, Varanasi, Haridwar, Meerut, Lucknow, Patna, and Kolkata are the most important cities of this river basin. Rajgir and Bodh Gaya are famous tourist centers. This is about the Ganga Basin. The way the Ganga Basin flows is in Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Bihar, West Bengal, and parts of Madhya Pradesh. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states. This Ganga Basin flows in 5 states. Are located in this region. Which are the main crops here? Rice, wheat, sugarcane, pulses, oil seeds, and jute are the major crops of this area. Why they are growing this one only? Because these crops need more water. These crops need more water. For that reason only they will grow these crops easily, because plenty of water in the rivers, so they grow easily. In our Karnataka, near KRS, that is Mandya, everywhere, we are growing rice as well as the sugarcane. Rice as well as the sugarcane. So many near the KRS dam, below the KRS dam, everywhere, wherever you see, there they are growing the rice. They are growing the rice because the rice paddy. They are growing the paddy, not the rice. The rice is not grown. Paddy has to be grown. By if you mill it, you will get the rice. Paddy. They are growing paddy and the sugarcane. By the sugarcane, they prepare jaggery as well as the sugar. To the factory, if you supply it to the sugar factory, you will get the sugar. If you supply it to the jaggery, where in some places they prepare jaggery. That is called as alemane in Kannada. When you visit some places in KRS, near KRS or Mandya, there are so many jaggery factories, very, very small. They are making the jaggery by using this sugar cane juice. Next, come to here. Which are the major cities? Delhi, our capital, Agra, Varanasi, Haridwar, Meerut, Lucknow, Patna, and Kolkata. Kolkata comes in West Bengal. Are the most important cities of this river basin. That means wherever this river flow, these are the main cities. They are Delhi, Agra, Varanasi, Haridwar, Meerut, Lucknow, Patna, and Kolkata. Next, Rajgir and Bodh Gaya are famous tourist centers. Here, Rajgir and Bodh Gaya are the very famous tourist centers of this Ganga basin. Next, come to Brahmaputra basin. Where this Brahmaputra basin located, our flows is Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, and Meghalaya are the states through which river Brahmaputra flows. This area, being surrounded by hills, has less population. Tea cultivation and terrace farming are dominant in Brahmaputra Valley. Growing crops on the long, narrow terraces cut along the slopes of the mountains is known as terrace farming. In this type of farming, rainwater gets drained, but the soil stays moist throughout. Rice and jute are also grown here. Dibrugarh, Digboi, Guwahati and Shillong are the major cities of this region. Here this Brahmaputra region, Brahmaputra basin, which flows through Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Meghalaya. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Meghalaya are the states through which river Brahmaputra flows. That means in these three states, in Arunachal Pradesh, Assam as well as in Meghalaya, this Brahmaputra basin will flows. This area being surrounded by mountains. In these three states, there are everywhere it is hilly place. That means mountains. Everywhere hills are present, so less population. If it is plain area, the population is more. If it is hilly area, population is very less because it is problem to construct the houses. It is problems to do the agriculture. There is no any income from that hills. So they need plain area to do agriculture or anything. For that reason, in hilly areas, the population is very, very less. So here in this region, population is less. Tea cultivation and terrace farming are dominant in Brahmaputra Valley. Tea cultivation, due to some hills, they cultivate tea. They are growing tea. Cultivation means growing tea. And terrace farming. What is the meaning of terrace farming? Growing crops on the long narrow terraces cut along the slopes of mountains is known as terrace farming. See, if the mountains are like this, they will just do some cutting inside like this. They make this land flat. So here they grow the crops. Here they grow the crops. They will cut it and make it flat. They will cut it and make it flat and they grow the crops. That is called as terrace farming. Here they will make another, just they leave some place and once again here they make the plain by just cutting the hill into it inside. They are cutting the hill into inside and they will do farming once again. This side they are cutting, this area will be there. Okay, so here they do once again the farming. That is called as terrace farming. That is called as terrace farming. Growing crops on the long narrow terraces cut along the slopes of mountains is known as terrace farming. In this type of farming, rainwater gets drained but the soil stays most moist throughout. That means whatever the hill receives the rainfall, that much of water is drained here. Drained means the water, everything is present in the, absorbed by the soil only. Absorbed by this hill. That water is present inside this hill. So the plants or the whatever we are doing for the agriculture purpose, that they receive, they use that water. The plants use that water that is drained by this hill. Drained by this hill. That means at the time of rainy season, the water, whatever it is drained, that means drained means absorbed by this hill. It is used by the crops during the time of agriculture. During the time of agriculture, therefore there is no need of supplying water for this. Here what they will grow? Rice and jute. They will grow rice and jute are also grown here. Dibrugarh, Digboi, Guwahati and Shillong are the major cities of this region. Here which are the cities of major cities? Dibrugarh, Digboi and Guwahati and Shillong are the main cities of this Brahmaputra basin. Next come to people of the northern plains. How they will live, what is their culture, everything they have given here. Most people living in this area are farmers, as the soil is very fertile. Because of the favorable climatic condition, irrigation is possible. Some people work in sugar, cotton, jute, textile, paper, leather, fertilizer and chemical industries. Many people are also good artisans and their handicrafts made wood, metal and clay are very famous. In general, men wear dhoti, kurta, waistcoat and turban. Women wear salwar, kameez or sari and blouse in different styles. In big cities, people also wear trousers, shirts, suits, etc. Women to wear these along with other western dresses. So they have given here how the people, what they are doing, what the work they do, everything here they have given. People of northern plains, most people living in this area are farmers as the soil is very fertile and so much of water they are getting and the land is very fertile. So what they do? Yes, usually they do the agriculture work. By the agriculture work, what they will grow? They grow the sugar cane as well as the paddy as well as the jute, cotton, oil seeds, all those things. They have to convert these raw materials into used materials. That means rice mills are there to convert paddy into rice, convert sugar into sugarcane. Sugar factory is there to convert jute into used thing. There is a jute factory is there, fertilizer factory is there, paper factory is there, leather factory is there. Because of these rivers, see wherever the rivers is there, the transportation of waste product is very easy. They will let everything into the river. That river takes everything. On the bank of Yamuna river, Ganga river, there are so many industries. Not the factory. Factory is very small. Industry means biggest factory is called as industries. So many industries are there. These industries, which one? Cotton, sugar, cotton, jute, textile, paper, leather, fertilizer and chemical industries. To run an industry, they need so much of water. For example, leather industry, jute industry and fertilizer and chemical industries, they need so much of water. So near the river banks, if they are situated, they will get more water from the rivers. And the waste is to be easily thrown into the water. The river Ganga is polluted by these chemical factories. And not only the chemical factories, by all the factories. It is polluted. The water in the Ganga river is not fit for drinking purpose or any agricultural purpose. But now it is Corona season, it cleans itself. Our government has announced so much of amount, huge amount to clean the river Ganga. Then also it is not possible to clean it. But due to this Corona, we have given an leave of 1.5 months or 2 months for all the industries, for all the human activities. So river Ganga itself it cleans itself. That means flowing of water. Flowing of water, it takes all the dust along with it. Now it is pure and clean. Now it is pure and clean. When we once again starts our activities, then it starts get polluted. That means there are so many industries. In that industries, the people will work. In that industries, the people will work. Which are the works or the industries? Sugar, cotton, jute, textile, paper, leather. Leather means the shoes and all those things. Leather bags, leather jackets. Fertilizers means we are using for the crops. We are supplying for the crops. External food supplied to the crops. And the chemical industries. Chemical means pesticides as well as the medicines. These comes under chemical industries. Many people are also good artisans and their handicrafts made of wood, metal and clay are very famous. That means so many people are doing handicraft works. Handicraft, that means they make the things by hand. They are very famous and they earn more money by that also. That is on the wood, metal and clay. They do handicrafts by using wood, metal as well as the clay. Next, in general, what is the dress the people wear? Here they have given. In general, men wear dhoti and kurta. Dhoti and kurta. Dhoti means panche, what we call panche or paisama, like that, and kurta, a long shirt. Waistcoat and turban. Waistcoat on that jubba, they wear a waistcoat as well as the turban. In the head, they use this turban. See, this man has wear this turban. Yes. Next, women wear salwar kameez. What the women wear? They wear salwar kameez, that what we call as Punjabi dress, and sari and blouse in different styles. They wear sari as well as the blouse. In big cities, people also wear trousers, shirts, suits, etc. That means this, what I have explained already, that is in the village side. That is in the village side. When they enter into the cities, that is big cities, they wear trousers. That means pant, shirt, suits, etc. They wear jeans, everything they wear. And women also wear these along with other Western dresses. That means nowadays women also started wearing so many Western dresses. There also they wear the Western dresses. So they have given importance of this reason once again. It supports large population. Major perennial rivers and their tributaries are useful for irrigation, hydroelectric power generation, fishing and inland navigation. The alluvial soil brought by the rivers is very suitable for agriculture. The agriculture products are used as raw materials for industries. The flatland helps in laying of roads and railways without any difficulty. The northern fertile plain of our country is a gift of nature. It is our responsibility to prevent population of the perennial rivers, as these rivers make the region very fertile and productive. That means, what is the importance of this region? Very important. They are saying that this is the gift land, gift of the God, or gift of the nature. This area is gift of the nature because it is very important. There we are getting so much of agriculture land. We are growing so much of crops. It supports large population. So much of population is living in this area. Major perennial rivers and their tributaries are useful for irrigation, hydroelectric power generation, fishing and inland navigation. Here the rivers, they help for the agriculture. Irrigation means agriculture as well as hydroelectric power generation, that is produce of electricity. Hydroelectric power generation means, hydro means water, electric power generation. We want to say it power, not say it current or anything. It is the power. That means by using the hydro, electric power has generated. Generated means production. So hydroelectric power generation, fishing. In the rivers we do fishing, that means catching the fishes, and we use it as well as we sell it and earn the money. And inland navigation, that means in the small boats we will supply or we will move from one place to another place. The alluvial soil bought by the rivers is very suitable for agriculture. That means here the land is very suitable. The soil is very suitable for agriculture. The agriculture products are used as raw materials for industries. Whatever they are growing, that is used for raw material to the industries. That means they will get the work in the agriculture as well as in the industries. To convert these raw materials into useful things, we need the industries. So we need the people to do work in that industries. So they get the work in that also. The flatland helps in laying roads and railways without any difficulty. Here this is very important. If we have any sources, they have to be supplied to the other places. Here they grow the agriculture and everything is converted into usable goods, and from there you have to transport it to throughout our India, to all parts of our India. There the land is very flat, so it is very easy to lay the roads and to lay the railway tracks. So they will easily supply the prepared goods to other parts of our country, easily. So it is very useful land. The northern plain of our country is a gift of nature. That means it is gifted by the nature. It is our responsibility to prevent population of the perennial rivers, as these rivers make the region very fertile and productive. That means this region is very important. We have to protect it. As it gives the food supplies to our country. Yes, here they have given. Do you know? River Brahmaputra is known as Yalu Zangbu in China, Sangpo in Tibet, Brahmaputra in India, and Jamuna in Bangladesh. These are the names of Brahmaputra in different countries. In China, it is called as Yalu Zangbu, Spangpo in Tibet, Brahmaputra in India, and Jamuna in Bangladesh. The Bakra Dam, built across river Satluj, produces electricity and provides water for irrigation to Punjab and Haryana. See, in Bakra Dam, they produce hydroelectric power that provides water as well as electricity to Punjab and Haryana. Irrigation purpose. That water once again we will use for agriculture purpose. In KRS, in Jog Falls, we are using this water that falls from the top. We are using it for the agriculture purpose. Delhi, located on the bank of river Yamuna, is the richest city in the world for birds after Nairobi in Kenya. That means Delhi, located on the bank of river Yamuna, is the richest city in the world for birds after Nairobi in Kenya. That means in Kenya, Nairobi is there. After that, Delhi stands the second, that is the richest city in the world. Let us recall, the northern fertile plain stretches from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. This I have explained. The rivers deposit fertile soil known as alluvial soil, which is suitable for the agriculture. That rivers bring the soil from the top of the Himalayan hills to the plainlands. The largest delta of the world formed by river Ganga and Brahmaputra is called Sundarban Delta. That means a triangular shaped land is formed by this river Ganga and Brahmaputra. The states covered by the northern plains are Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, and parts of Madhya Pradesh. Here the states, northern plains, in which states it is present? Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, and parts of Madhya Pradesh. The northern plain is densely populated. That means here population is more region of our country, and agriculture is the main occupation of the people of this area. Rice, wheat, sugarcane, maize, jute, millets, oil seeds, pulses, and tea are the important crops of this region. That means which are the things they grow, which are the agricultural things they grow are rice, wheat, sugarcane, maize, jute, millets, oil seeds, pulses, and tea are the important crops of this region. So this completes the lesson, the fertile plains of northern India. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a nice day. Please like and subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.